When I first laid eyes on you, my heart skipped a beat and our family forever changed for the better. As you grew, we saw your true beauty, excitement for life, longing for adventure, and need for laughter grow. You never ceased to amaze me with your undeniable love for others. I've always called you my mama bear, and I will be blessed one day to watch you become a mother of your own. As you approach your teenage years, and I get to watch your maturity develop, I am proud of the lady you have become. God has blessed me with my daughter Lila, and I hope as you continue to grow, Lila, you remember to be your best you, love your best self. Know that I will always be here for you, anytime, for anything, and that I love you to infinity and back. Super Y.
I remember being pregnant, and I would pray every day, and I would say, Lord, please let this baby be healthy, 5 fingers, 5 toes, and Lord, if it's not too much to ask, please let it be a girl. And I knew it was too much to ask because really you just want your baby to be healthy, but boy, did I want a girl. And so when we went in to deliver her and the doctor says it's a girl, I remember feeling such happiness and joy. And I was so thankful and relief. I felt a lot of relief. And it took us a couple days to come up with a name for her. And we finally decided on the name Lillian. And I think it's an accurate name for her because the root word, the meaning of the word in Latin means pure. And she has been a pure delight in our lives. And even as she grew into toddlerhood, she had such an aptitude for learning. I remember I would wake up in the morning and my goal would be, how do I challenge Lily's mind today? And I still think about that. I still try to challenge her, and now she's, a teenager and she's super feisty. So now she's a feisty delight. But I do think, she's gonna be something great. I don't know what, but it's definitely gonna be amazing. And I thank God every day for her in my life.
My beautiful daughter. When you were first born, I could not believe the enormous sense of love and gratitude I felt. I had never loved anything in this world more, and I still don't. It's a love and a bond that is indescribable. I could actually feel my heart swelling. It felt like it could explode from the sheer amount that you filled it. I remember thanking God over and over for the gift of you. When we drove you home from the hospital, I made Dad drive 2 miles an hour down the highway with his hazards on. I sat next to you in your car seat, in the back seat, and just stared at you. I've continued to be awestruck and amazed by you every step of the way. As a toddler, you were wickedly smart and very observant. When you were just 2 years old, I brought you to my office in the city for Bring Your Child to Work Day. You sat on my lap as I introduced you to my boss, the CFO of our company. After a few minutes, you very politely said, "Excuse me, sir." And he responded, "Yes." And you said, "Why are your teeth so yellow?" I about died. Nothing got past you, and it still doesn't, although you have a filter now. I am every day impressed by the young lady you have become and are becoming. You have always been true to yourself and wise beyond your years. You are a young lady of conviction and values. You are sincere in who you are, even at this impressionable age. I am in awe of you, Caitlin Susan. You are my greatest gift from God and my best work. You've given me a purpose in life that is like no other. I am honored to be your mother, and my wish for you is a long earthly life of God's grace, health, and happiness, and perhaps a cleaning lady. I love you with all of my heart, always and forever.
You've been loved from the moment I found out I was pregnant with you. You bring so much joy to our family. You're caring, loving, friendly, sassy, kind, and beautiful. Brooke, keep being you and don't change for anyone. I love you more.
First time I found out I going to have baby girl. I'm so exciting and I cannot wait to have my baby girl. I know it. She going to be my princess. I remember 1.5 years she tried to walk and she fell and she tried to get up again and she cried and then she keep look at everyone to try to help her out and then she keep look at me. I so happy and I so fun. Think of my mind is funny and I fall in love with her more and more and she keep look at us to help her out. Good memory. Funny for me when she tried to ask me for money, but I am not understand what she say. I thought she called me mommy, but no, she said she want money from me and she want more and keep asking more for money. That I'm laughing because I not understand what she say at all. My daughter love to eat chicken wing and white rice, and I thought she will change when she grow up, but no, she still eat chicken and white rice, same thing, almost every single day. This is her favorite one. I hope Nadia Heckman do good in the school and do the right thing and future and her life, and I hope she be the person she want to be and have respect for someone else.
I loved you the moment I conceived you, and when you were born, you stole my heart. And when you became a toddler, you taught me to love even more. As you grow into a young teenager, you sometimes challenge my love, but my love is still here, and it always will be. Avery Jane, thank you for teaching me what true love really is. God has big plans for you. Trust this process of life. I love you, Mom.
She came into our lives with big smiling blue eyes, and she hasn't stopped smiling since. She loves a room that is full of fun, happiness, and laughter, and she truly does not like to see another person sad. She will give up something of her own or herself if it will make someone else's day better. She is known for her big, booming personality that can fill a room, but to truly know her is to love her. For Lucy is such a kind, loving, and giving daughter, sister, and friend.
You were born with red hair and a song in your heart. My precious baby girl, you bring me so much joy, and I will forever thank God for the gift of you in my life. That reminds me, remember when you wanted to be 4 forever? Well, I'm glad you've continued to grow, because words cannot even describe the beauty that I see in you as you've grown in confidence, character, and faith. Hannah Elizabeth, I will always love you, and I encourage you to continue to strive to be all that God has called you to be, and you will set the world on fire.
I just want to thank you for bringing such laughter and creativity into our home. Every day we look forward to your silly guitar songs or the beautiful music you create, your dances, your jokes, all the fun things you do to decorate your room that brings such happiness to our home. You're always so willing to help us around the house and try new adventures, and that just makes you fun to be around. I'm so happy that you have your faith and that going to the Adoration Chapel is something that you enjoy doing, as it brings me much happiness knowing this. I am so blessed to be your mom, and I am so happy that you are my favorite little baby girl. You are growing up way too fast, but I'm cherishing each moment because I know life goes by fast, and I just want us to enjoy this time that you are home with us together. Dear Madison, thank you for being the wonderful young girl that you are, and thank you for being faithful to God, and thank you for sharing your laughter and your zest for life with all of us. I love you, and I'm so happy that God gave you to me. I love you, Mom.
Your birth made me a mom, and your safe arrival was a miracle. Watching you take your first steps was like taking a piece of my heart and letting it walk out into the world. Your strength, kindness, hilarity, and sometimes bizarre sense of humor has turned you from not just my daughter, but into my friend. You have an unbreakable sense of what is good and right. Hold on to that. It will serve you well many times over. Jordan, I have so many hopes and dreams for your future, but mostly I wish for you happiness. But not just regular happiness, crazy happiness. Because the brightest moments will carry you through the darkest. I'm so proud that you're my daughter, and I love you so much.
Gabrielle was the first child born in her family of origin, and she is just a natural born leader. She helped her mom with all the other kids as soon as she could. She was always happy. When she lost her first teeth, she always used to stick her tongue through it when she was smiling. She is a natural born leader, a caretaker, and she has just the greatest light within her. Gabrielle came a long way to be my daughter and to be in our family. We know God has put her in our family for a reason. She has a purpose in this life, and whatever that ends up being, she will be brilliant at it. I love her with all my heart, and I'm so blessed to be her mom.
You were perfect in pink. Your head was round and perfect. You came out pretty, I thought to myself. You loved water as a baby and toddler. This made me happy because I was from a family that loved water. A fond memory is that you loved your pink blankie so much, the only reason you gave it up was because we decided to give it to someone less fortunate than you. I see your personality is nurturing and that you have a kind and gentle heart. Hannah Isabel McNulty, I hope you will grow into a strong Christian woman and that your faith in Jesus Christ will bring you strength and joy throughout your life.
She was a very big baby when she was born. 9 pounds and 6 ounces. Wow. She's the youngest, and she's still my baby. Because she's the youngest, she was spoiled by her siblings, and now we all are paying the consequences. But we love her so much. When she was little, she did a lot of naughty things. She covered herself with sunblock, covered herself on baby powder, painted herself with nail polish, along with the bed cover. But she was always being a very bright and smart girl. Oh, by the way, she loves chocolate chip cookies. She's now an artist. She loves to draw, and she's very good at acting and singing. She also plays the flute. She's in the advanced math and literacy classes, and she is in the art, strategic games, and drama clubs at school. She has been an altar girl for 3 years. In July, she was part of the cast in Mary Poppins Jr. Casita, you are a blessing for us. This family couldn't be complete if you weren't here. We pray every single day for God to keep you safe and on His path. We pray so your heart is always full of love for yourself and every single person around you. Te amamos con todo el corazón. Besitos.
To my dearest, dearest daughter, we waited such a long time for you to arrive. We fell madly in love with your picture and so loved you before we even met. When you came into our family, I absolutely loved your little kitten cries and loved rocking you in the rocking chair for hours. When you grew into a toddler, I loved the way your little bottom jaw jutted out when you wanted to smile for pictures, and loved your determination. You have grown into such a wonderful young lady. I love your generous spirit and your compassion for others. You bring such an energy and spirit to our house and touch everybody in our family. There's a saying in adoption circles, Ava, not flesh of my flesh, not bone of my bone, but still miraculously my own. Never forget for a single minute you didn't grow under my heart, but in it. I love you to the moon and back, sweet pea.
The most special thing right now about you, there are a lot of special things, but this one I've really seen a lot lately. You are just so brave and so strong and so confident and open. You're not afraid or shy to meet people. You're not afraid or shy to go somewhere by yourself or to experience something new or try something new. And you try and try and try until you get it. You don't give up. You don't miss out on an experience because you were too nervous to go do it or to go try it.
It's only supposed to be a sentence there. Babylon.
And Evie, my hope and dream for you and your future is that you're as sweet and fun and loving and caring and brave as you are now, and that you never, ever, ever forget to have fun. We love you very much, baby.
Racing into this world, my little girl came 3 weeks early. Our labor and delivery was so rapid that Daddy, Popsters, almost missed it. Just over 5 pounds, I got to hold this tiny, precious, beautiful little angel. My favorite story from when you were a young child involves you coming into my bathroom to tell me that there was a worm on your blankie. That worm ended up being a 3-foot-long snake. The rest of that story is legendary. A tomboy myself, I've always been in absolute awe of your effortless femininity, your girly girl, your love of twirly dresses and bows in your hair. I'm crying. Ava, I adore you. As you journey into adulthood, I wish you continued imagination, creativity, adventure, hope, love, and faith. Daddy and I hope that you always value yourself, value your womanhood, and value each breath that God has blessed you with. We love you so much.
day you were born was the day I found out that you were a girl. It was truly a surprise, the happiest surprise I have ever experienced. My first daughter. As you grew, you always demanded my time, whether you were next to me in the kitchen, asking me to play school, or begging me to read Little House on the Prairie. You wanted to do these things, and you wanted to do them with me. At the time and now, I feel so privileged that I am the one that gets to be your mom. You make me want to be a good person, and you are the reason I strive to be a better person. Kathleen, you are smart, funny, nurturing, kind, fun to be around, and beautiful both inside and out. And I love you more than I can express in words.
You came 10 days early in a small and pretty package, our Michigan baby. You were introduced to Fancy Nancy as a toddler, and that sparked your love of fancy vocabulary that you still delight us with today. You are up for any adventure, and as your dad says, you are the bravest of them all. You've had more than your share of suffering, but you are not bitter or crushed by it. You have made us proud. Emma Catherine, my hope for you is a life of happiness. God has given you strength, bravery, intelligence, beauty, and a strong will. Use those gifts for Him, and everything else will fall in place.
Dear daughter, I wanted to let you know how important you are for me. When I was pregnant of you, first of all, I was really surprised and happy at the same time of being mom. A few months later, I knew that my baby was a girl and felt very excited about it. And you were so funny and cute. I always loved your long lashes, your curly hair that I miss sometimes. Believe me, I always thank God for you since you were born. You always gives me strength. Do you know that? You know how? With your hugs and kisses. Thank you for being the sweetest girl in my life. Camila. Today and always, please know that I see you, and I'm here for you. I see your hard-earned wisdom, your soft, pure innocence, your courage and compassion, your unconditional goodness. I see what a difference you can make in this world. Never give up. And at last, I hope you know how very much I love you and how proud I will always be to have a daughter as wonderful as you.
I still remember that night you were born and how the fireworks lit up the sky. Ever since that day, you have lit up my life. Then you started turning into your own independent person. Even as a little girl, you always could do it all by yourself. The wonderful memories I have of you are endless. From girls' days, to our trips, to shopping, to watching Netflix, the list could go on and on. My world is complete with you in it. Now, you are growing into an amazing person who has such great goals and aspirations and a heart of gold. Elizabeth, I know it hasn't always been easy, but just know how much I love you and how proud of you I am. And just remember, in the words of Hank Green, don't worry about looking cool because you are fantastic. I love you.
I have loved you since before you were born, even through the morning sickness and refusals to sleep anywhere but Mommy and Daddy's bed, always showing us how determined and strong-willed you are. To me, you will always be the little girl who was obsessed with Snow White, loved hair bows, and only wore clothes that were covered in glitter and sparkles. You've never been afraid to be a leader and show your individuality. We've made our way through these middle school years with some ups and some downs, but even in the most challenging of days, I love you. I'm so very proud of the smart, talented, beautiful, athletic, loyal to a fault, and fun-loving friend, sister, and daughter you are, Bella Zakine.
Oh, sweet, precious, beautiful child of mine. I was so nervous about having a baby girl because all the time we weren't even sure we could handle your brother. Also, you know I'm not really girly in any way. Well, except for the no-chip manicures, monthly haircuts and colorings, and clothes shopping. And that I don't like the color pink at all. But I know God blessed me with the perfect gift in you. Thank goodness you had your grandmas and aunts to help me along the way as you grew older and learned to love Vera Bradley, lipstick, and dressing up. You can blame your dad for the soccer, volleyball, and basketball though. And one of my favorite memories of you is when you were so proud of scoring a basket for St. Mary's that you smiled all the way down the court while your coaches were hollering, "Get back on defense!" All you wanted to do was enjoy playing the game. I love seeing when you're happy, especially when you're with your cousins. You have become an important part of their lives and a positive role model for them. You've also grown stronger and more confident, which is evident by the way you handle yourself in tough situations, both on and off the golf course. Kellyanne, you make my heart smile. And I know as you make these important and difficult decisions about which colleges to apply to and what field you would like to study, that you'll pick something that involves helping others, and especially children, because you are at your best when doing that.
I knew you'd have a stubborn streak. That day you stood by the front door in nothing but a diaper, my high heels, and a scarf wrapped around your neck, screaming and crying to go out to play in the snow. You matured quickly while trying to keep up with your brother and sister, yet also kept your innocence by believing, or at least pretending to believe, in Santa till you were 13. I caught on. I knew that you thought the longer you believed, the more presents you received. You always see the good in people, always giving someone the benefit of the doubt. Jessica, you are truly an amazing woman. There is nothing that I would change about you. I hope that you continue to grow in your faith and use that to encourage others to do the same, even if you try to get me in your streaks on a daily basis. Hence the picture.
I always knew that you were going to be a daughter. And oh, what a girl you were. You loved everything pink and pretty, even to the point of putting makeup on your brothers. As you grow up, though, you are showing me that you have also learned how to be a good person, someone I enjoy being friends with.
The day you were born, your father and I truly understood what it meant to be blessed. You were so joyful from the moment you were born, always smiling and giggling. Whenever people are around you, they light up because you welcome anyone into your joy. When you were little, you used to run around the house screaming and dancing, and the next thing you know, everyone in the house would be dancing with you. You've always really loved to bust a move. There are so many things that we've come to just love and enjoy about you. One thing that really stands out for me is how easily you forgive people. Forgiveness is so easy for you. You truly let go and let God more than anyone I know. Maggie, I hope that you always let others see the true you, because I think that true you is something pretty special. God has great plans for you. Just listen. Love you, kiddo.
I love you more than the words I am speaking. God brought you to Dad and I just when I was losing faith that I was ever going to become a mom. I was meant to be your mom. I feel it deep in my bones. You have taught me patience, kindness towards all, and the simple phrase, when you know better, do better. I thank God for you, Mallory Jean. You make me a better woman. And remember, let go, let God. I love you.
My baby girl was born 2.5 weeks early. I felt so blessed to have this special little girl in my life. Growing into a toddler, my daughter was always on the go and so cheerful. I knew she was going to keep us running for the rest of her days. When she was little, we would call her Water Girl because she literally would go from water cooler to toilet to dog bowl and splash water all over the floor. And while I was cleaning it up, she would start over again. She wore me out. I see a young lady who is living up to the person she wants to be, making tough choices with dignity. I could not be more proud of my daughter. Carly is going to do big things one day. I pray that she does spread her wings and fly wherever her dreams and ambitions take her. And Mom's gonna have to follow.
When you joined our family, your dad and I were ecstatic, and your brothers thought you were the best new toy ever. When you were a toddler, I brought you with me everywhere, not because I had to, but because everything was simply more fun with you along. You started walking at 10 months, swam across the pool the first time you tried to swim, and insisted the training wheels come off so you could ride for real. Somehow you managed to be both a firecracker and a gentle soul. You have a beautiful heart that cares deeply and a fierce determination that has always helped you to achieve your goals. Maureen, you are our sunshine, and we hope that you hear God's voice in your heart and let him lead you through the amazing life he has planned for you. We love you.
The day you were born, I said to the doctor, "Go get me my girl." My heart just knew. My prayers answered. Our tiniest bundle, a precious baby girl, was you. You ran full force into being a toddler, creating such fun backyard adventures, always in tutus and princess dresses. Your love of animals, both big and small, led you to find many a mouse that the cats had played with in the backyard. You still would pick up these mice, bring them inside, and would wonder how long they would be sleeping. We'd grab a piece of cheese, put it in your little garden cage, and when the mouse would wake, they'd have a snack. We repeated that routine many a time with those sleeping mice. The special quality that I see in you now is your joyful spirit. That playful toddler is now a young lady who brings others close to her through a genuine, caring, loving heart. You share your spirit of joy and bring that to others to give all a sense of belonging. Jane Ann, we love you so much. We hope that your faith and love of Christ will always be your strength and what shines the brightest when others come to know your true, pure beauty.